had some requests on how to finish a song in a captivating way. A lot of times sheet music is not built in a way to finish in the way that you might want to do as a performer or even just for yourself. Most of the time, a musical piece will end with just the tonic or maybe the key that the song is written in itself. But there are ways, very simple ways, to finish a song in an interesting way that the audience would love, or even yourself. I've heard that it's often said that in music, it doesn't matter so much what happens in the middle, but what happens more at the beginning and the end. Now, I've found with a lot of arrangements, the beginning of a song is well written where they provide you a good intro, but a lot of times I've seen that sheet music doesn't always have the ending that I might personally want. So today I'm going to talk very briefly on how to put a bow at the very end of your piece, whatever you're playing. So our first example is the song What a Wonderful World, and I'm just going to end in a way that I would recommend for beginners. Now this way is actually very simple, but it sounds complex, it sounds extravagant, but it's actually very simple. And sometimes simple is best, especially for beginners. There are tricks in piano and music that they have a great sound, but they don't have to be overly complicated. For most of my watchers, you probably are just beginner pianists or beginning piano players, and I want you to be able to do something that's not too intimidating and that you can do yourself. So let me show you how a good way you can finish a song like this. Now you can't really see the sheet music very well, but as you can tell, I am using the Easy Play sheet music. It's just a simple arrangement. A lot of times this is often called lead sheet music. It just has one clef and it has your chord shapes in it. And so for the sake of today's video, we're just going to use this sheet music because I don't want to add too many other things you have to worry about. So the song itself would end like this. And just to remind you of the words, right? So, what a wonderful world. And then it has a B flat major and then an F major. Now that's how the song is written to end. It would end like this. So once again, but let me show you something that would be a lot better for you. You get that chord, the very last one, and you roll that chord up the piano. And then you finish with an octave of that chord or an octave of that note to provide perfect consonance at the very end. So instead of just ending on that F major, what if you rolled up the piano? So let me show you how that would look. Now there's actually two things going on. Like I said, there's the rolls of the chords themselves. You're just rolling up the piano to add that kind of nice little twirl at the end, and then you end in a way that encourages people to clap, or it just encourages you to have a strong finish, and it's just that octave F. Okay, let me show you again how that works. So if you're rolling up the piano, and this applies to any piece, I'm going to show you at least one other song, maybe a song after that, and how you would finish that song. So you just find the last note that the song is written in, or find the chord that it's written in, and there's different ways to play around with it, but what you would do is you just start somewhere in the low end of the piano. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you just roll up the chord itself, F, A, C, and then you go hand over hand. So you go F, A, C, over, F, A, C, under, F, A, C, over, F, A, C. Now let me show you again. Start with your left hand. This is just a recommendation. You do not have to do it my way. It's just a recommendation for people out there who are trying to find a way to do this. F, A, C, F, A, C, F, A, C, F, A, C, F, A, C. I went here, over, and then under, over, under. And then of course sped up, it would look like this. Okay, once you go through all those FACs rolling up the piano, just finish with an octave F. Now, you don't have to finish with an octave. You can finish with the chord itself, even low. You can finish with just one note, like that, or maybe over here. That's fine, but I always found that an octave is a great way to finish. So that's probably what I would go over today. That's just one example of a finish that you can do, that you can apply to any song. So let me actually look at another song here. So let's look at what we're working with. Let's do Puff the Magic Dragon. Now I know a lot of times that people may not be interested because, it's just a kid's song. It's actually a beautiful song. And you can finish, this song finishes on a G. So the song would actually finish like this. So let me just play how it would finish normally. That's how the song is written to finish. But instead, let's apply what we learned today. Here we go. We're gonna finish with G's. And instead of hitting that chord right here with that G, hit the chord over here and roll G, B, D, G, B, D. Remember, it's a major chord. So you're gonna go G, B, D, G, B, D, right? Now let me move up on the song to give you a better reference point. So let's see, here we go. Okay, so we talked about a finish enough. The same can be said about a beginning of the song. The beginning of the song is often written for you, but in a piece like this, it's not written like that. So showing you, the song just starts up immediately. It just starts up with the G, right? Because it's gonna go, right? Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolic in the autumn mist in a land called Tonally. It just goes right into it. What if you did an intro? Once again, we're talking about that punctuation. What you want to come into a room the right way. Same thing with music. So this is just a very simple way of doing it. Just get the very ending of the song and play that first. And then you play. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolic in the autumn mist. What we're doing here is just getting the very tail end of the song and then putting it at the beginning. Now, for a lot of my watchers, this is common sense. You may already know this, and I understand. But for people who just started piano, they may not know. That's something you can do to roll in it. Now, something bonus I'm going to show you today is how you can take... Now, this doesn't have to do with punctuation. This actually has to do with the in-between of music. So let's say you're going to play 2 songs for somebody, okay? You can have music in between that's endless. And what you can do is you get the chords. Now this kind of relates to my chord progression video or my improvisation video that I've talked about. You just get chords and you just play the chords. Let's say there's people coming into a room and you're not ready to play yet. You haven't quite started the song, but you can hear the theme of it. But what's great, at any point, I can basically jump right into the song. But I would recommend that you would actually get pretty close to the G, because that's what the song starts with. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea. Okay, that's my video for today. And before I forget, the very ending of the song, whenever you're doing an octave, make sure you hold that foot pedal down. That's gonna help with that, linking that chain, keep that music going, hold that foot pedal down. I need to create a separate video that talks about foot pedals, but just remember that for most piano players, the only pedal that matters in the beginning is that sustain pedal. It's not that, so don't be mad at me. People who are more advanced, don't be mad at me. The other pedals do matter, but for a lot of beginners, the only one that matters at first is really that sustain pedal, that sound. And we can see that in a difference, okay? So, versus you use the foot pedal, has a better flow to it. But that's why I recommend using the foot pedal at the very end to hold, because everybody's clapping. Okay, thank you. And if you have any comments, if you have any questions, be sure to leave them on my video. Thank you.